Hey guys, Mars here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we just had some very interesting stuff posted on Twitter. A nice little puzzle that has been very quickly put together by the community, which is always cool. So Dokkan posted this tweet here within the last like 20 minutes. Dokkan now special 10th anniversary social media campaign. So like or repost this to get a hint for the character you can recruit by clearing events and missions. So obviously hinting at the free-to-play anniversary units. I guess missions within certain events always give you extra copies, or like missions for filling out the hidden potential for these free-to-play units often give you extra copies. So they do mean the free-to-play farmable characters. And then you get a pre-stream reminder as a reply, because remember on the 28th there is going to be that stream where they're going to show off all the full details. So basically the video is just stuff that we saw in the reveal trailer, where it shows the arts for the characters. There's no new information in the actual video itself. In fact, let me pause this here because we can come back to this. Because remember, we've got this image. We talked about the theory the other day that the larger slots are new cards and the smaller slots are Easy A's and stuff. We already know now about AGL Super Vegito and Int Buhan Super Easy A, so they're going to take up these two slots here for the Buu Saga Easy A's. And we know that Vegito is going to have a banner unit, or at least we assume he is. He actually might not, which would be one of these two slots here. So I obviously did like and retweet this, as you can see, and you instantly get a notification with a post that you get tagged in. And here you go, here's my one. So Marstingen, thank you for participating. Here's the hint for the character. Dokkan Now special campaign will reveal tons of info on the anniversary campaign. And that's mine, just this one image with the fist sticking out from the side. So straight away, I mean, this looks like either it's going to be one of two things when I saw it, right? It's either the fusion dance pose, or the only other thing that did come to mind, I think someone mentioned it in the chat, I don't know if necessarily seriously, but kind of like the Super Trunks T-pose, but obviously Super Trunks has gloves and not the like wristband, so it very much looks like Trunks, like Kid Trunks in the fusion pose. So shout out to everyone who obviously shared their images. If we go back to the actual post itself, a bunch of people were posting all of theirs in the comments. You see here there's like a foot that looks like a Piccolo foot. We've got the legs that very clearly go along with that fusion dance like theme. There's the like torso that goes along with that as well. Number 2 is literally Kid Trunks' hair. And then here we go. I mean, some of the comments have obviously put them together here as well. But now we can take a look at, so shout out to Luca Dokkan. If you put together all of these ones that were received, we get this image here, which is obviously very clearly Demon King Piccolo. So of course that would then imply that if we are going by the large slots means new characters, then of course the pause this, get this back up to the bit at the end here. Then of course that means that the Dragon Ball slot for OG Dragon Ball is going to be this free-to-play Demon King Piccolo. And then of course the other one, as it was very easy to tell from all those other hints, is the Trunks doing the fusion dance pose. And the funny thing is, the image that's posted here as like the reference, there was a free-to-play Goten that was given out ages ago during the Goku, Gohan and Goten Day celebration. I believe it was a couple of years ago, where we got the Goku, a Gohan, and then a Goten, all free-to-play cards. And the Goten card was Goten doing, and Trunks was in the art as well, right? But Goten and Trunks doing the fusion dance pose. It was just a standalone Goten card, but then he got the animation, like the super attack animation, was them fusing into Gotenks, right? So the interesting thing about this is we now have sort of like the counterpart to that with just the Trunks, because the image, I believe, if it was like a Goten and Trunks card that starts off as Goten and Trunks and then potentially fuses, you would assume that Goten would be in the image for this one. Also, it's kind of hard to tell on the screen, but the background for this, the Demon King Piccolo images, is green, and the background for the Trunks images is purple. So that would imply as well, and it could be nothing, but you would assume that implies that Demon King Piccolo is going to be tech and this Trunks is going to be int, which is kind of interesting because we already have a free-to-play Demon King Piccolo who is tech from the World Tournament. And of course, the other thing to wonder about now, and it is the 10th anniversary, so they could do 2 for all we know, but which one of these free-to-play units is going to be the LR that you grind up and obviously gets an easy A by the end of the celebration? Because remember last year, for the 9th anniversary, we got the Pajama Beerus as the LR, and then the farmable free-to-play unit was just an int scouter freezer, who was quite bad, let's be honest. But the big thing with the anniversary free-to-play LR is that they basically always have the new mechanic for the anniversary. So Pajama Beerus had the target ability, which obviously Gogeta and Beast Gohan had. I'm trying to think of all the other ones like that we've had so far, but they usually get the animations right. Like the free-to-play Trunks from the Worldwide had a domain, and they usually give these guys the new mechanics, right? And so one of the new mechanics that we know about from part 1 is the fact that we're getting the Dokkan Fest exclusive Majin Buu Saga Goku, who has the new reversible exchange mechanic where you can switch between Goku and Vegeta, and then they fuse into Vegito. So, I mean, obviously it could not be this, but it makes perfect sense that the free-to-play LR is this card, which is a Trunks that has a reversible exchange with Goten, and then they fuse into Gotenks, which is pretty cool for a free-to-play LR. Obviously, the colour in the background, someone in the chat saying as well, they're their signature colours, right? Like Trunks has the purplish hair, Demon King Piccolo is green. That is also very true. It could just be that rather than being the typings. I mean, I guess it is similar to the hair, but I don't really associate the colour purple with Trunks. But I suppose his jacket is purple for like the future Trunks. So it could be that, or it could be the unit typings. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. But yeah, I think that this is going to be the free-to-play LR, and it was going to be a reversible exchange Trunks and Goten that then fuse into Gotenks. And again, if we go back to the roadmap, those are our slots here. We've got the OG Dragon Ball Saga slot for a new character, which would be Demon King Piccolo, and then the 2 character slots for Buu Saga would be this new free-to-play LR, and then the banner unit for Super Vegito. Now, as I said, there is the possibility, because it's the 10th anniversary, biggest celebration so far. Obviously, we've already had a ton of hype stuff and a ton of reveals and content coming out. There's nothing to say that they couldn't both be LRs, which would be kind of wild if they gave 2 like free-to-play LRs for the 10th anniversary. I mean, OG Dragon Ball, we talked about how Dragon Ball Saga really does need a lot of buffs outside of like one unit. So I think Demon King Piccolo is actually a really interesting choice because, of course, he can be used on like demonic power. So we've got the Slug team or Glorio team, depending on the lead you want to run. He's on a couple of, like, he's on Terrifying Conquerors. He's on some of these extreme categories that would benefit rather than if this was just like a Kid Goku. And then the DB Saga team still is in desperate need of buffs in order to be like a solid team. But yeah, I think it would be very, very interesting if both of these units were LRs. I guess it would be a shame. Like, I'm not a huge OG Dragon Ball like Crusader, like many people campaigning for, you know, one of the units to be a Carnival LR or anything. But I do think it probably would be a little bit of a shame if the only OG Dragon Ball card was just like a farmable TUR from a story event. So I do think it would be cool if we got 2 LRs. I just feel like this card has to be the LR unless they both are, because it just screams like being a mirror of the Dokkan Fest exclusive, right, with the reversible exchange and then they fuse. So yeah, we know, regardless of which one's going to be the LR, regardless of whether they both are, who knows, we know that the anniversary free-to-play farmable units are going to be a Trunks. Whether it is exchange with Goten, whether it is fusing, we don't know. But a Kid Trunks and then a Demon King Piccolo. And so yeah, that fills up the slots for OG Dragon Ball and Buu Saga, assuming that, of course, Vegito is going to get a banner unit, which I don't see why he wouldn't, but of course they could be looking to do even more new units in this anniversary, and maybe the Dokkan Fests in part 1 and 2 don't have banner units. I guess we don't know that for sure. So those are those slots filled. Very interesting to think about how this is going to play out and what these units are going to be like, what their mechanics are going to be. So let me know all your thoughts down below in the comment section. Do you think they will both be LRs? Do you think Demon King Piccolo will be the LR regardless of like the possibility of the reversible exchange? I really don't see, like, if this card is a reversible exchange and fusion, like with all those mechanics, I don't think it's going to be a TUR. So I really feel strongly that this will be the LR. But like I said, I would quite like it if they were both LRs. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.